What was it like having to guard a guy like Shaq?
Impossible.
Well, it's almost like a rhino on there on the court to play against.
It's scary.
Shaq was the most dominant, physically dominant person I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, he was, yeah. I wish he was in the gym. I would have had fucking 12 rings.
Shaq, and more Shaq.
He's a bad man.
Welcome back. And today we've got a special compilation all about one of the most dominant forces in basketball history, Shaquille O'Neal. Standing 7 feet 1 inch and weighing over 300 pounds, Shaq was a nightmare for defenders, using his size, speed, and power to completely change the game. Over his 19-year career, he became a 4-time NBA champion, 3-time Finals MVP, League MVP in 2000, and a 15-time All-Star. He scored more than 28,000 career points, grabbed over 13,000 rebounds, and left behind highlight after highlight that still gives fans chills. But don't just take our word for it. Today, we're rolling through what NBA legends, rivals, and analysts have said about the greatness of Shaq.
What was it like having to guard a guy like Shaq?
Impossible. Like to be honest, I never, they ran something or he was in transition or something and I had to pick him up. It wasn't not one time where we came out and Ken, you got him. He was probably one of the only guys that not out of a timeout where it was like, Ken, you playing the 5 and you got Shaq.
Yeah.
I'm the double guy.
Yeah,
I'm the double and get out guy. He catch it, I can go. Wherever I am on the floor, I raise my hand, I can double, I can get out, I can tell you where to go on the backside. I'm that guy with him. Trust me, there wasn't no stopping that man, dog. No. Only player ever to not shoot anything outside of the paint and dominate. They put rules in, not zone, dislodging rules, all because of him, man.
Shaq had to get assaulted every game. You know what I mean? Do you know how many times he got fouled when they didn't call it? This dude right here, man. I remember we was playing them. Man, Steve, you're a historian with this thing, man. You look up the game, it was a regular season game, and I remember they threw it to him, and I tried to foul him before he was going up and jump
Playoffs?
No, I remember jumping on his back, and he took me up with him. I ain't lying, dog. And Kobe looked at me and said, man, what the hell is wrong with you? You trying to die? Are you trying to die?
He was doing it to big man too, not just you.
Man, same thing. LeBron was playing Cleveland. He was coming at me full speed, and I tried to foul him in the open. Man, I tried to foul him in the open court. Man, I'm telling you, man, I was standing there, and he was at the basket, and I thought my arm was somewhere back there where he was at.
Who would Shaq be if he had your work ethic?
He'd be the greatest of all time.
If Shaq had your work ethic,
he'd be the greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time by a mile.
Sure. He'd be the first to tell you that, for sure. I mean, this guy was a force like I have never seen. I mean, it was crazy. A guy at that size, generally guys at that size are a little timid and they don't want to be tall. They don't want to be big. Man, this dude he did not care. He was mean. He was nasty. He was competitive. He was vindictive. I mean, I wish he was in the gym. I would have had fucking 12 rings.
If you had the work ethic.
My God, yeah. We ain't be close.
Wow. And let me ask you this question. And by the way, I'm not asking this question to create feud between you and him.
I don't care, bro. Listen, me and Shaq sit down all the time and I say, dude, if your lazy ass was in shape.
I hear you saying all the time, and he takes it.
I tell him all the time.
Matter of fact, in my mind, I'm done. Now I can go do what I want to do. So I'm here, we go through the parade, do that, boom, I jump on the plane, take the family back to Orlando. I'm sitting. Oh, Kobe and them got their first championship. Can they get another one? Right. Will they be known as a Laker dynasty? Can they do it again? Mm-hmm. So, I'm mad. I'm upset. One thing I know I got a guy that's gonna be ready. Mm-hmm. So I admit a lot of times I didn't come into camp ready because that's just how I got done. Because my thing is, I don't need to get ready for dunking.
Right.
I don't need to get ready. I don't need to get ready. I'll get ready when I get ready. So because I had you, I was able to just chill out in the summer, do what I do.
See, that's what pissed me off. That was it right there.
Man.
That was.
Listen, I got beat up. I got hack and shack. I was tired, man.
Shaquille O'Neal, all those finals and all those games that I covered, he was the most dominating offensive force in the history of this league. And I know he was a big, bad center of a man, but he was a dancing bear. You want to talk about athletic? When he was in some semblance of shape, this is unguardable. Shaquille O'Neal was a bad man.
Yeah.
He had a nasty streak
He
in
did.
him. He had cold-blooded
Still got it.
assassin. He still does. I mean, he comes off sometimes like a cartoon figure. The kids love him.
The kids love him. Skip.
Shazam.
He. I mean, you know, you see him out. He's always helping people. You know, he'd be in the store and he's like,
is.
I got that. I'll buy this, and he always give it to the
He's
community.
great.
But don't let that persona fool you now.
In the finals in 2000, when I was there courtside, I covered the 70s. I'm telling you what I know. When I sat up there and I had people petitioning the Philadelphia Inquirer to get me fired because I said that the Lakers are winning this in 5. The 76ers have no chance. I said, AI, get you 1. And they said, but why not? Why not? I said, Shaq, and more Shaq. I didn't even bring up Kobe. And I told Dikembe Mutombo, don't even utter words about what you do to Shaq. I love you too much to tell the public the kind of ignorance that came out of Dikembe Mutombo's mouth, okay, in terms of what he could do against Shaq.
I think, thank you. I think, we've heard a lot of stories about Shaq today, but what we haven't talked about is how good of a player he was. Most dominant player I've ever seen. And the thing that was most impressive to me is that he's such a fun, outgoing guy. Loves to tell jokes, loves to have fun with his teammates, practical jokes. But before the tip-off, something happens. The switch goes off for him. He's no longer joking around. He's no longer playing around. He's not smiling anymore. He's out there and he's trying to dominate. And I remember the playoff series against San Antonio. We were going into the arena, and he and I would sit against each other in the back of the bus. And he leans over to me and he goes, bring it to me early tonight. Bring it to me early. I'm looking at him like, all right, what's going on? He said, when I was a kid, David Robinson wasn't very nice to me. I said, say no more. This series is in the bag, man. That's it. But I just want to say thank you. I've learned so much from you as a player. And everything that you've done for the city, everything you've done for this franchise, and your kids, you guys should know your dad was a bad man. He's a bad man. Congratulations, and much love to you, my brother.
Yeah, what was your first impression of Shaquille O'Neal?
Well, it's almost like a rhino on there on the court to play against. A couple of years ago, I went to Africa to see a real rhino, but it's not much of a difference.
It's scary. This is the dude, though. You know what I mean? Even though you got that mentality, this is that one that you really admire and respect as dominant on both ends of the court. And I used to brag to my friends a lot and say, like after we played the Lakers, I get to the crib and be like, yo, you seen how I laid Shaq, then you know what I mean? Like, you seen Shaq try to get that and I put that thing high up off the glass on him, you know what I mean? And that gave me added confidence to myself, to whereas I felt like if I could score over Shaq, I could score over anybody. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to be Lil Shaq on the basketball court.
But with the Shaq shit, there was no fucking guarding him. And Draymond, you're my boy. And they talk, we bring his ass up and pick and roll. Dre, I love your defense. Like he is like the way he has played defense has really changed the game. The ability, you were not going in 02. You were not fucking with Shaq, bro. They changed how you had to construct your roster. You had to have 2 or 3 bigs just for fucking fouls. Not like good bigs. We just need bigs there. We need big bodies. If you haven't seen Wilt Chamberlain play, which none of us have, right? Like, obviously not in person, but I'm saying none of us have seen Wilt Chamberlain play. He has been the most dominant player in the history of the game of basketball, period. Not LeBron, not Steph, not Magic, MJ. Like, Shaq physically was the most dominant player we have ever seen, like maybe will ever see, because of his sheer size, athleticism, skill, footwork, hands, everything. There was no guarding him. Like, and let me be clear. They don't call fouls every single time you foul him. Like, there's times where he's going up for a dunk and you just do a flyby and you hit his wrist. And he's like, watch out, little fella. I'll break your wrist next time. And you're just sitting here like, if my hand was in between the rim and he was trying to dunk it, he would break my fucking wrist. That's not a lie. And there's no other player that I can think of in recent history that has that type of strength and power. He changed the fucking equipment. Backboards were getting broken. Like, when people talk about Steph changing the game, true. I think there's lots of players that changed the game, including Shaquille O'Neal. They literally had to change the physical equipment because they had never seen someone with that level of strength before. That's changing the game, right? And it's like the equipment needed to be adjusted because of him. So, like, I love it. If Shaq was today and that Laker team was today, like, obviously they would change some things, but no, Shaq was the most dominant physically dominant person I've ever seen in my life.